Have you been wondering how to have hope for the future? What is even the purpose of us being here? Let's talk about it today. My name's Kaale, welcome back to my channel, and I really want to dig into the feelings of hopelessness and lack of purpose today because I've been hearing about a lot of people, especially during COVID times, who are really struggling with feeling like there's ever going to be something to look forward to or a real meaning to life, or even just being able to get hope back that things are going to be okay. So I want to talk about that today and encourage you and give you some things to remember. This is a hard topic for me to talk about because it's very personal in that a few years ago I was feeling so hopeless and I didn't even want to continue living. I wouldn't say I was actively suicidal, but I just didn't feel like I wanted to wake up the next day and keep going. And that is such a hard thing for me to admit and to talk about because there's a lot of shame that comes along with all those feelings and admitting that you felt that way. And it's a thing that really impacts a lot of people in a lot of ways. But I figured I need to talk about this because there's so many other people who are dealing with these feelings and need some hope, need some encouragement, need to learn how I got through what I've been through. So I figure I need to share it so that if you're feeling this way, you know that you're not alone and that there is hope. So I have mentioned on my channel before that I had a really rough job situation a couple years ago, and I felt like I just didn't want to go on living anymore. Things weren't going to get better, wasn't worth it, all that stuff. At the time I went to someone that I trusted and wanted to tell them about how I was feeling so hopeless, and they did not have the best reaction, which was painful for me. They didn't want me to talk about it because I think they thought that I was going to be giving value to those thoughts if I let them out loud, or was just gonna let myself be taken away by these feelings of hopelessness. I don't know exactly what they were thinking, but it was hurtful for me because I just wanted to talk about this and get some perspective and be able to know that someone heard me. The thing is that when you hide things or don't talk about them, they fester. I'm sure not a lot of you watching this video are wound care nurses, but I love wounds, so this is the analogy I thought of. So you have your wound that's super gross and all sorts of gunk and pus and dead stuff in there, and if you just slap a band-aid on top and hope that it's going to heal, I guarantee it is not going to. When you're hiding things under other things, it's just not going to get better. You have to take that band-aid off, scoop out all the gross stuff, by a professional, please. And you need to allow that tissue to be able to grow, and it has all that junk on top, it can't grow. So the same thing goes in our lives when we have these issues that we need to work through. We can't just have these things that we've been through that are just gonna hold us back and expect them that if we just kind of push them aside and don't deal with them, that they're just gonna get better miraculously and life will be good. No, you need to actually look at these things that are a hang-up for you and have been a hurt and work through it. And you're gonna need help for that. You're gonna need professional help, you're gonna need people around you, you're gonna need God, you're gonna need all these things, right? But you need to actually give attention to that thing. Shame keeps things in the dark. I do feel some shame when I share my story about this because it's hard to think that I was there once when I have come so far from there, and it's difficult to be reminded that I'm not invincible. But I really want to share this with you guys because it's important, and I want you to know that if you're feeling this way, that you're not alone, that there is hope. Seasons do not last forever. So if I had given up in that season of feeling hopeless, I would have missed out on so much in this current season, like being a mom and the travels I've been through and just amazing experiences with my friends and family. That's the thing. I'm proof that Everything is just a season. So I am so thankful that I am nowhere near where I used to be. I have made so much improvement since then, and I feel so much healthier. I actually do feel very hopeful about the future, even though things are a little crazy sometimes. And I have joy in my life, so many good things. So when I look back at that time when I felt so anxious and depressed and like things weren't ever gonna get better, in that time when things are really hard, it legitimately does not feel like things are gonna get better. It feels like what you're experiencing now is what it's always gonna be like. But I promise you that things are always changing, and you're not going to be in the same season forever. Things change, seasons change. This is a hard season maybe, but it will get better. Okay, this video is a little serious and heavy, so just to lighten things up just a little bit, here's a little break for you. We're gonna go see my daughter while she has a little nap, so shh. If you're not really into babies sleeping, then just skip forward a little bit. Okay, hopefully she didn't wake up after that. Okay, does that make you feel a little better? Okay, let's jump back into it. Whether you are in some situation right now that just feels hopeless and that you don't know your way out, or whether you can't really figure out why, but you just feel super depressed, whatever it is, I want to remind you of a few truths right now to apply to this season. The first thing that you need to know is that you have value and you have purpose. You were created by the God of the universe who made you in his image. So you automatically have value because of that. God knew what he was doing when he made you. Whether or not your parents intended to have you, or whether people show you that you are valuable or they treat you with disrespect, however people treat you, whatever. None of it is relevant to the core truth that God made you the way you are and he likes you the way you are. He designed you that way and you have a value and purpose because of that. God likes you so much that he made a huge sacrifice to rescue all of us from our mistakes and to give us hope, and he wants to have a personal relationship with each one of us. Maybe you have never been told that you are loved and that you have value and purpose, and I want to be the one to tell you this because it really makes a big difference when we think about our purpose in life. If we think that our presence doesn't matter to anyone and we are good for nothing, then we're not going to be able to live up to our fullest potential and be able to discover what that purpose is that we were created for. Knowing that I was designed intentionally and placed here on earth at this specific time by the God who created everything, but yet he made me with love, that's what gives me hope. And the fact that he walks with me in life and God isn't just sitting from afar and angry at us or removed from the situation. No, he's actively involved in our lives if we let him. And that is what gives me hope, knowing that I am not alone. There's a reason for me to do my best every day and to keep going. And I want to make sure that you guys know that too. I can't tell you that you're going to feel better soon or that your tough situation is going to be all dealt with very soon. I can't tell you that. I wish I could. What I can tell you is that it's worth it to keep fighting through. You're gonna walk through this season and you're gonna be able to look back and see how much stronger you are now because of what you have overcome and the fact that you didn't give up. If you have a rough situation and you give up, you're right, you're not gonna make it through. But if you keep fighting, at least you have a chance that you're gonna make it through and be able to look back on it. And I know there's some really rough situations that maybe you're wondering if I even understand, because I know a lot of people are abused. I personally have not been abused, which I am so grateful for, but I know that's not everyone's story, and I don't know what it feels like to be abused. So if that's your story and you're wondering how you're ever gonna get through this, I just I just want you to know that you have value and that you are worth fighting for. If you're in the situation where you're feeling super depressed about life, please get help, okay? Because people can't help you if you don't tell them that you're going through this. And like I said before, there's often a lot of shame that comes with admitting that you're having some really tough emotions and feelings, and it's hard to talk about them, but you need to so that people can actually give you the help that you need and that you deserve. So talk to your doctor, go get counseling. All these things are great steps to getting help. You deserve it and you are worth that help. I hope this video has reminded you some truths about yourself and has given you some hope. If it has, please let me know down in the comments and let me know if this is something that you want to get more into detail with. You can share this video with a friend if you think that it could be helpful to them. So please hit like and subscribe to my channel because I release new helpful videos each week. See you soon.